everybody!
We're
Welcome
live!
to kdmoonchild's world and the Lightworkers RoundTable. I'm Katie, and this is the Wolfgirl Oracle, my dear, dear friend, Dali.
Hello, everybody!
Welcome.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me on, Katie.
Oh, you're welcome back. Welcome back.
I love being on with you. We talk every day, but this is like this. I get to see you. I get to see
know.
you. So makes me happy.
Fun. Oh, our
Hi, Janet. Hi, Jenny. Hi,
Good
Teresa.
to see all you guys. Hi, Teresa. Yeah. Hi, Janet. Hi, Jenny. Yes, we kind of give it a minute to kind of let all the.
Oh, Janet P's here too. Hey, Janet P. My friend Janet P.
Oh, I love Janet.
That's my wolf sister.
Yep. She was my very first person to show up on my first live stream. Was Janet P.
Yeah, Janet's
good
awesome.
For that.
She's
really
awesome.
Good. Yeah. Hey, Jenny.
I'm so glad to see you guys. I really am.
Yeah. This is, this. I've been looking forward to this all day long. It's like, what time is it? No, it's not. I got how long?
Yes, all day at work today. Okay, first of all, there were no supervisors at work today, so it was a little weird. We kind of just had to go and do our thing without anybody telling us, do this, do this, do this. But we got everything done, so it was great. So
that proves a lot about your group.
Yeah, we have a good group. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed with the people that I work with. They're amazing, amazing people. And most of them are Hispanic or Puerto Rican. They're either from Mexico or Puerto Rico. I'm learning so much Spanish. It's unbelievable.
Well, it's good though, because
it's great.
Fun. That culture is fun. Those people know how to enjoy themselves.
And they do not let you go hungry.
No, I was just going to say.
If you're walking around without food, are you hungry? Are you hungry? Eat this. Eat this. Eat this. What is it? I know in English what that you eat. So Manasa's here. Hey, Manasa.
Yes, hi, Manasa. Manasa, I watched a video today that has me all primed and ready for our series, girl. Oh, I know what I'm going to talk about. It's a form of prayer. Ooh, that's talked about in the Nag Hammadi. I am so primed and pumped on this. So,
Are you a little bit excited about this, Katie?
Just a little.
Just a little tiny bit?
Oh, it's how to manifest. It's how to manifest. Has nothing to do with what you say in a prayer. Nothing to do with what you say. All to do with what your heart is. And what your heart is feeling.
Intention.
And what it feels is having it.
Yeah. Yes. It's
because if you pray for something, you're telling the universe it doesn't exist. So the universe says, how can I give you something that doesn't exist? Let me tell you the example that goes with this. It's fascinating. This man, I follow Greg Braden is where I got this from.
Okay.
He lives in New Mexico, and a young Native American man he knows took him to got permission to take him to the sacred prayer place that's near Chaco Canyon. White people are normally not allowed in there. So he got special permission from the elders to take Greg Braden there. He took him there and he says, but you cannot come in the circle. It's the oldest structure that our anthropologists have found in the whole North American continent. And they're so old, they cannot find a way to date it.
Wow.
There's nothing there to carbon date from. So it's where his elders and all go to pray. And so he stepped in. It was a drought, and it was really, really dry. And I mean, it was the drought of 8 years ago. It was really bad. Cattle were dying, cows were dying and stuff. It was bad in Texas and New Mexico. And so they were going to pray for rain. So the Native American guy took his shoes off. He took his shirt off. And then when he went and stood in a circle, and he told Greg Braden, you cannot join me in the circle. That is sacred. Mm-hmm. That's sacred to my people. And Greg Braden, oh, no problem. I'll stand out here. And so he stood there, and he stood there like this and never said a word. Turned around and walked out of the circle. And Greg Braden says, well, did you pray for rain? He says, no, I never pray for rain. I never pray for things because when you pray for things, you're telling the universe, you're telling the Great Spirit, this doesn't exist. So the Great Spirit's response to you is, I can't give it to you then if it doesn't exist. So what you do is, we wanted rain. So I stood in the circle and I heard the thunder. I saw the lightning. I felt the rain, and I smelled the fresh air.
Right. I feel like when you approach what you want with the gratitude that you already have it,
Yes.
you cause a manifestation to happen. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that if you picture yourself a billionaire with a ton of money just piled up all around you and you feel grateful that you have it, that's how it's going to manifest in your life, because spirit is still involved with the process. And because time and space are completely different in the spiritual realm, everything exists all at the same time.
Yeah.
The spirits that guide you already know what that would do to your life if you had it.
Exactly.
And if it's going to be and they're not going to put you in a position where you're going to harm yourself. You do your own harm. You do all your own harm to yourself. It isn't other people. It isn't other things. It is what you choose to do that causes a lot of times the situations. Now, of course, there's exceptions to that rule. Nobody chooses to be raped. Nobody chooses to have like a loved one or a parent or an uncle, molest them. Nobody chooses that, right? But in most circumstances in our lives, we do choose our own fate, and we do choose to put ourselves into positions that causes problems. But spirit does not. Spirit does not lead you into that place, and that's why meditation is so important. And I'm sure Manasa will totally agree with me with that.
That's called affirmative prayer, and
yes.
The way Greg Braden called it, I think he called it the fifth level prayer. It's the silent prayer. It's the prayer from your heart. It has nothing to do with your mind. Nothing at all.
Right. There's an intention that goes on here.
Well, your heart has the same memory cells as your brain. Gang.
Yes.
They're your heart. That's why people who have heart transplants will all of a sudden love some kind of food they've always hated.
Right.
It was in the heart memory of that person the heart came from. So,
hi, Geek.
Your Geek Hillbilly.
Hi.
That's what happened as a result of this prayer. They were about an hour away from Taos, New Mexico, and they were headed back to Greg Braden's property. And by the time they got back to his property, there was a dark black cloud over the top of the whole area. It started to rain, and it rained. And it rained all night. It rained all day. It rained all the next night. And it rained all the next day. For 3 days, it poured rain.
Wow. That's powerful.
They didn't even hardly get home before that manifestation was granted. So, yeah, it's I'm that is taught, and Jesus taught how to do that, and it was
he did
from the Bible.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, and that's why I am looking forward to you guys talking about the Nag Hammadi. I know a little bit about it as well, and I'm looking forward to hearing that conversation between you two. I'd like to hear a lot about the Nag Hammadi itself, because I feel like there are so many people who don't even know that this exists. They have no idea that it exists, and it's almost as old or as old as the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's really, really a fascinating look at it. It actually, for me, reading the Nag Hammadi made the gospel more real to me.
Yes.
Because I understood a whole bunch more about the stories behind some of the things that Jesus said.
The holes in the stories get filled in.
Right, all of a sudden get filled in, and then you're just like, oh, that makes sense now. Okay, now I get it. So I really do recommend that people check it out. All you got to do is Google Nag Hammadi Library, and the very first thing that's going to come up is the actual Nag Hamadi Library website. So it's pretty
And there's
easy
a
to have
book.
access to it. And you can get it in book form.
There's an
too. Yeah.
excellent book. I think it's like $28, $30. Amazon has it. Mine is so dog-eared and beat up and gotten coffee poured on it. And Jesus.
The Gnostic
My copy of
Gospels?
the Nag Hammadi.
Oh.
Actually, I'm sitting on I sit on a ottoman, storage ottoman, and it's in here right at the moment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd pull it out and show you how beat up it is. It's
Yeah.
a well-loved book.
Yeah, no, that's how well-loved books should look.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And it's only
Not
5 years
crisp and
old.
clean. They should look dirtied and
What's
like
funny is
my
it's only 5 years old, so that ought to tell you how much I've dove into it. It's fun.
I can't reach it from here, but I should show you my Tarot Apprentice book at some point. It is so beat up already. You know, it is so beat up. I got tape on it. It's just it's like so beat up. But yeah, hey,
Hi,
PD
PD.
connects.
Good to see you, PD.
Teresa said hi earlier too. Hi, Teresa. We're glad that you're here.
I'm
sorry that we didn't. We were just like blah 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 blah. So
no, I said
sorry
hi to
about
her
that.
when we first came in. She was the first person in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, she said hi again, so I felt like I wanted to acknowledge.
This afternoon, she posted that.
Oh,
early. Hi, everybody! I'm the first one.
That's funny.
In the community Rachel and I used to be a part of, it was a big deal to be the first one to leave a comment on somebody's video. I'm number one.
First, yeah, everyone would say first. Yeah,
I want to see you guys. I would like to see that start happening again. Let's do that. Let's see if we can get people in TLC to start doing that. Mm-hmm. I want to be the first to be the first one in your chat. Yeah. Or the first one in your comments, because it's comments is what matters.
Yes. Comments matter.
Yes, darling. You want to pull a card?
Sure.
From the collective for us. I already pulled a couple.
Let me shuffle, as I always say during my. If you guys don't know, on my channel every morning at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, I do a card of the day, and I try to do an uplifting. I try to, you know, I believe that, you know, like I said, like I was just saying, I believe that spirit wants positive things for us. So I'm always looking for the positives and trying to do the uplifting thing. I love starting my day with something uplifting, you know, not something that's Debbie Downer or anything, because I feel like we need those things during the day. So
yeah, we need to start our day with a lighter heart, because as you go through the day, your heart gets heavy.
Yeah.
Just as the day takes chunks out of you.
Are you going to pick first, or am I going to pick first?
Oh, I'm going to let you go because you're my guest. Yes,
now you said you were going to do two, right?
I have to. I was just messing around with the cards, and these cards.
Okay.
I picked these cards and went, oh no, these are going in the show.
Okay,
so good.
Our first card. Oh, I hope you can read this. My camera isn't that great. It says Waterfall Persistence. Yeah, Waterfall.
That looks like Multnomah Falls on the Columbia River in Oregon.
Persistence. The persistence of a waterfall. I think that is a beautiful, beautiful depiction of what persistence might look like.
Wow, that goes with the salmon from my morning.
Yes. Yes. Could you imagine a salmon trying to get up that, though? Oh, and by the way, this is from the, I think you guys know, if you guys watch my channel, I am a fan of Dr. Stephen D. Farmer.
Yes.
And this is his messages from the Spirit of Nature.
He has
Oracle.
a really cool app on your phone.
Yeah, I just found that. Found
spirit animals. So that's how I discovered him, was the Spirit Animal app.
Oh, speaking of spirit animals, my second one is the honeybee.
Oh, yes. Prosperity. That's a prosperity, too.
It says community on this one, which is what we are here tonight, you guys. We are a community of light workers and moon dancers getting together to talk about the high vibes and keeping them high.
Yeah.
So those were my cards that I picked for our collective self today: community and persistence.
Let me change something here. Put a banner up. We don't need to look at the static. You guys are welcome. You're here now, so I don't have to tell you you're welcome anymore. My card goes along with your last one about community.
Okay.
partnership,
Yes.
which is really appropriate for us tonight
Yes.
because Rachel and I are talking about doing a show on our channels. We'll trade off
Yes.
the two of us in a partnership. We aren't sure what we're going to do it on or anything yet. We've been talking about doing this for like 5 years. And it's time to get off the pot and do it.
We've got, it's funny because Katie and I have morphed through she's been on a spiritual journey and I've been on a spiritual journey, and we both had all kinds of things that we had to let go of in order to get where we are right now. And they're very similar in many ways. Yeah. And all through over the last 5 years, we have seen each other blossom into spiritual beings, and it's amazing. It's weird. No, it's not weird. It's not weird at all how the universe navigates two people together.
It really is interesting how our paths have paralleled.
Yeah, and what brought us together is nutty.
Nuts. Freaking nuts.
Like you got to be put away kind of crazy.
Yeah, the community we used to belong to.
Yeah,
let's put it this way. They live out by the Salton Sea in California. And if you don't know what the Salton Sea in California is, one of the most polluted bodies of water in the United States is the Salton Sea. It reeks of dead fish and chemicals. It's all the chemical runoff from all the great agriculture that is grown in the Central Valley of California.
Yeah, it's not a nice place, but we've met each other that way. Did you get the red dress after me?
Yeah. I got it after
me. I sent it
to you.
No,
you didn't send it. No, it was
Oh, Nikki.
No, it was what's her face in Louisiana. She was in New Orleans. She sent it to me. She wore it and told me never to put it on. That dress has bad juju. You need to burn it as soon as you get it. Don't put it on. I was like, really?
That's a whole other story. Well, hi, Stoney. How you doing, bud?
Hey, Stoney, he was also in this crazy community we're talking about.
Bora.
Salton Sea dying? No, Salton Sea dead. It's not just dying. It's dead. It looks like it has sand around it, you guys. Those are fish bones.
Yeah, crushed fish bones. It's a spooky, weird.
All died from that
I can't imagine a more spiritually void place. Honestly, I'm so glad that we're past that.
Sad because it was designed. It was actually designed to be a recreational place in the 60s. Big,
but when
recreational place for people to retire.
Gaia didn't want it.
Gaia did
not want it. She's like, this is the desert.
Gaia,
you idiots.
During World War II, what we did to that part of the desert during World War II, Gaia is still saying, get the hell out.
Yes, for sure. For sure. What was your other card?
My other card is from the Therapests.
Oh, that's right. The Therapests.
It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be scared. You will succeed in spite of these feelings. I know we've all been going through a really, really, really rough time with the Mercury retrograde and all the planets in retrograde and blah, 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 blah.
See this selenite right here? This is me all day.
Here we go. I see the selenite tower.
I got a big one right behind me here, but this is the one I carry with me.
Yeah,
and I charge it every night.
This is only a half hour.
This is me all day long, and people are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Just get it off of me! Get it off of me! Get it off of me!"
The selenite is so granulated, kind of. I mean, it's striated, and so it breaks really easy.
Yes,
really, really easy. So I just didn't drop it from very far, and it's completely in half. You can't get it anymore. Perfect. Like somebody cut it that way, and it broke. Ooh, yeah. So I actually sit when I'm doing my live streams. This is in my lap.
Look at Stoney.
Just nicely. My selenite is in my lap during all my live streams. Now you know how I stay grounded.
Stoney's saying bald people hate to watch hairheads comb their hair. There's no comb going through this hair right now. Let me tell you,
No, it'll break
this
the
is
comb.
pretty.
It'll break the comb.
Yeah,
And mine, you won't believe this. I did curl it a while ago.
yeah,
And then the rainstorm hit, and it went.
It's raining here right now. It's humidity. The Pixie Post is here. Hey, the Pixie Post, how you doing?
Hi, Pixie, good to see you, darling.
Pixie, the Pixie Post. Katie just sent me a link to your channel, so I'll be checking that out later tonight.
She does the neatest stuff, you guys. Go check out Pixie.
I'm gonna be checking you out.
She does really awesome crystal and oracle readings. She has meditation previews that she does where she's in the chat with you, but playing is meditation music and stuff. Oh my goodness, Pixie does cool shit. She's fun.
That's cool.
Go check her out. Yeah, this partnership thing. I've been looking, and I've been thinking I want to do some kind of a collaboration with somebody, and it was like, yeah, it just hit me the other day. What? Hello? We've been talking about, well, first we were going to do a podcast. Let's do a cryptid podcast. And it was like, and then that just never quite got off the ground. We never even tried it. And it was like, well, we can redo. I don't know.
The things that we've thought about in the past didn't materialize because it wasn't the right time. That's just how I feel. I feel like we both were like growing in ways we didn't know. I didn't know how you were growing. You didn't know how I was growing. And then all of a sudden we started talking about, we're like,
yeah.
Are we sisters? What is going on?
PD Connects. I was talking to her last night. I have to show you this. It's so funny. She found a coloring deck, the tarot card deck, color. She's going, Katie, I feel like you need to get this deck. She says, I'm feeling you need to get this.
Well, guess what?
You mean this one? Because look what I started doing with it last week.
Yeah, she's been showing me pictures like the last couple days. Hey, look at what I drew today.
So I blew my mind. I was like, hello. She's
We're
like,
connected.
You need to get this. I'm like,
connected.
You mean this? And she's like, shut up.
I can't even. I can just hear her. I can't even.
She was like,
I can't.
Said,
shut up.
All caps. Shut up.
Yeah. That's funny.
I love it when universe does that. It's just, when you're reading with somebody else and you get the same cards. That's like when you're pulling out the B about community and I'm going, oh my gosh, I got partnership.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're going to do it. We just got to talk about what we want to do. If any of you guys in the chat would like to see Katie and I talk about something, and Stony.
What? Me worry?
Keep it. Yeah, you.
He wants the Alfred E. Newman series.
That would be funny.
Oh my God.
The Alfred E. Newman School of Spirituality. We're going to do it.
I think that sounds great. Oh, I'm going to, by the way, on the 27th, it's going to be kind of like a Halloween party, you guys. My guest is a fantastic lady. Dr. Gail is, she's our TLC's regional expert on ETs and traveling with the Galactic Federation. She's amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Spirit told her to move from, I think she was in Georgia. And Spirit told her, no, I think it's time for you to move to Mount Shasta. So she sold everything and moved to Mount Shasta, California. I mean,
that's pretty. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that show. I'm looking forward to Nancy too.
Yes,
next week, right?
Next week is Nancy Jean's Garden.
Yeah.
And that's our crystal lady.
Yeah.
That lady. Whoa. So bring your questions about crystals.
Yeah, I'm going to get them written down for sure. Because
she is an expert. She is fantastic. The other thing she's an expert at is politics.
isn't she the one that told you about the book that you got me?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a
Which I
great book.
use like all the freaking time now. Oh my gosh, my crystal collection. My house is starting to look like a cave.
You get in a rock shop.
Oh my God.
You've joined my life. I've always had a rock shop. My father was a rock hound, so I didn't have a choice in the matter. I got a big old slab like this big around and that thick. That's a slice of petrified wood from a tree.
That is so
It's the
cool.
whole
That is
tree trunk.
so cool. That is so cool.
You know, we
But
got
I had
petrified forest before it became a national park, so we probably shouldn't even have it. But
I had a dear friend who's no longer with us in this world, but is with me in spirit all the time, who would go and buy giant pieces of different types of rocks and minerals, and he would sphere them.
yes,
This is
yes,
Picasso stone.
I love those.
And they gave this to me. I would go with them every year, and when they would do like we would have the rock show here in
Yeah,
Milwaukee, the rock mineral and fossil show. And I'd go with them and I'd help demonstrate, because he would be in the background making them, and then I would tell people about the process, how it was formed, how he did what he did. And we had people, and at the time I thought they were crazy, and now I want to find these people and say, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, because there were people who would come out and they would buy all different kinds of sphered, different types of quartz and rose quartz and smoky quartz and obsidian, and they would buy them for healing. And I thought, oh, that's pretty funny, you know. And now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I should have listened to them.
I should have gotten
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you know how I feel. I live in Tucson, Arizona, where we have the largest gem and mineral show in the world.
Yeah, I can't wait
People
to see
come.
it.
Our population doubles for 3 weeks because half the world is here.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place to live. But you know what? I've been here 37 years yesterday. It's such commonplace for me now. I've missed a lot of them. You know, how it is.
Right.
You live at the Grand Canyon, you don't see it every day.
Right. Well,
you go about with your life just like everybody else.
Hopefully I'll get out there either this next year or the year after, and we can go
You're talking
together.
About spheres. I love worry stones and palm stones.
I do too.
Palm stones. I'll walk around all day long with this thing in my hand. I'm addicted to labradorite. Any stone that is iridescent, I just can't get enough of. So rainbow moonstone and labradorite, that's why I have the ring, are my two favorite. That, and of course I have amethyst. It's my birthstone.
What I've been doing lately is I've been making little medicine pouches with different types of crystals in it for different types of situations.
Yes.
Like I have like a Mercury in retrograde, like emergency kit, basically, that I keep in my pocket. Yeah. But I've been doing one now for like physical healing, for mental healing, for stress and worry. And, so I don't have them with me right now. I don't have them in here. I have them in the bedroom because I just pick up the one that I'm going to need for the day and I slide it into my pocket, and that's what I carry all day.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for a while. Every single one of those pouches has selenite in it. And my protection one has black tourmaline in it as well, along with Amazonite. You've
got to be careful what gems you put together.
Yes. And that is going to be like one of my, I think that's going to be one of my questions.
They can neutralize each other.
Right. Yeah. Or do I?
That's something Nancy can really tell us about.
Like I had a weird mix in, before I knew what I would, before I really looked into this and started to figure out how these things work, I was just putting random crystals into a bag and throwing it into my pocket. And then I wonder why the whole day long I felt like I was going to cry one moment, laugh the next moment. I was scared. And I couldn't figure out what is going on. Did I drink too much caffeine? Am I smoking my vape too much? Why do I feel like this? What's going on? And then the book that you gave me, I started reading through it, and it dawned on me, some of these things probably shouldn't be together in this pouch. And that's when I started like researching it. But the internet, you know how the internet is. Everybody's an expert. Everybody's got an opinion on something. So it's difficult for me to like gauge exactly what should be with what. So that would, I do have some questions actually
I'm showing you
Nancy.
my largest collection. This is azurite.
I love azurite.
This is rainbow fluorite.
I love rainbow fluorite.
And then this is my largest piece. This is an Arizona woodpecker white quartz. The feather is an Arizona woodpecker feather.
It's an Arizona woodpecker white quartz.
It's a Northern woodpecker, and it just fits so nicely in this. But it's the quartz in the matrix. I love this. It's always, always, always sitting here with my cards. Actually, before on Saturday Solutions, I charge my cards underneath it, actually.
Well, that's cool. I learned something too this week that I thought was really interesting. For those of you who engage in any kind of like shamanistic practices where you're trying to do shamanistic trances and stuff like that, a lot of times you'll see people wearing the veils over their eyes when they're doing your trances. I do.
Oh.
I learned something though. If you add feathers to the veil, it's like it charges your spirit to fly to fly into the spiritual realm. So if you're finding that, if any of you guys are like trying to do shamanistic practice and you're like having a problem kind of just breaking through that barrier, you know, when you're drumming or whatever it is that you do when you're in a trance. I drum to get into my trances. Try using a veil and try putting some feathers into it. I'm using turkey feathers, and it's great. It works great.
Yeah, so, I've got a bunch of those because I use those to smudge with.
Turkey feathers are good.
One thing I heard today too in that Greg Braden thing that I was listening to that was talking about, you know, manifesting the Gospel of Thomas. He was calling this Native American that he was with, instead of calling it the veil, he was calling it the skin. The skin between worlds.
Ooh.
That gives me goosebumps.
like oil on water, like a tiny film of oil between the air and under the water.
And right now, it's a real tiny film of water, oil on water, because the closer we get to Halloween and the 1st of November is the thinnest time of the veil of the year.
Yeah, let's talk about that just for a second.
Sure.
You know, now that I am working in a place with people who actually celebrate Day of the Dead. And I don't know. Yeah, thank you. I was just going to say, how do you say that in Spanish?
Yes, de los muertos.
I found out that they really are into it. I mean, they're really into it.
Everything.
And they're like, oh, you know, you need to do this. You need to do this. And I'm like, I already do kind of do it, you know. And I took them. I was showing them.
Beautiful custom.
You see my altar behind me, right?
Yeah, there you go. There's your ancestor.
That's my ancestor altar right there. I have one up all the time, and guess what? They do too in most of their houses.
Yes. Yes.
And I was like, really? Yes. Wow. I'm like, so this is actually a world culture thing, because the Norse did. The Norse didn't have pictures, obviously, because they didn't have that back then. But they had depictions. They usually had like stone depictions of their loved ones.
I can tell you what they do.
Or symbols that represented them, you know.
Mm-hmm. In Mexico, they cook their grandma's favorite food, and they don't eat it. They put it on the altar for grandma. Yep. The flowers are always marigolds, and they are always yellow and orange. On the sugar skulls. That's my favorite part of the sugar. Little kids, man. I'm a kid. sugar skulls, and it's all. If you really want to get the idea what it's all about, watch the Walt Disney cartoon movie called Coco.
Yes, I want to watch Coco. I haven't seen that yet, but
bright,
I do want to. You were telling me.
Oh, it's fantastic. And it's about a little boy who accidentally falls on the other side of the veil and finds out what Fiesta de los Muertos really truly is, and the significance of it, and why it is important to his people. So yeah, if you want to know, it's a great movie to find out.
Well,
here we have a parade that is the largest non-motorized parade in the world on the Day of the Dead. All that is required, anyone can walk in the parade. All that's required is that you paint your face. If you want to paint a butterfly on your face, no biggie. You can paint your face as a skull. You can. That's the only thing that's required is you put paint on your face.
That's interesting.
We've
See,
got
because,
we've
like,
got puppets that are 2-3 stories tall that 6 people are working, and oh, it's fantastic.
and
Fire
it's all
dancers
for
and
honoring the ancestors. And I think that, like Manasa was just saying,
yeah,
honoring the ancestors. Honoring the ancestors. If you don't do that, I don't know why you don't. Because you are the end product
of them.
of all of them going back in time.
You are
You
the
are
hope. You are the
yes,
embodiment of the
everything
hope
that
of
they
all of them.
lived and worked hard for and died for, everything, all that
Yes.
culminates in you.
Yeah.
And I so, like, yes, I do honor my ancestors. You know, I
Yes,
do
Manasa.
honoring, you know, and I talk to them in meditation, and
Yeah.
oh, I just
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Just it
I can
touches my
remember
heart.
Rachel was having dreams about these people that she didn't know, but she thought she should know them. And it kind of freaked her out. She didn't quite know what was going on, and it kept happening over and over. And I'm like, well, maybe they're your ancestors, and you might want to talk to them. Yeah, it was your
I did.
ancestors, and they've never left her since.
No, I did start talking to him, and I've had some incredibly profound experiences talking to my ancestors and gleaning things from them. Actually, I shouldn't say talking to them. It's not like they're like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm your great uncle Otto." No, that isn't what happens. It's more of a feeling exchange. It's really hard to explain, but there's this exchange of energy.
Yes.
And what comes to me from that energy is
I
thoughts and
can.
images and
I agree.
sounds and smells, and I just get all this coming in. And I didn't have a connection with my father's side of the family until I started down this path. And now I am proud. I am so proud to come from a people who were fishermen. You know, I couldn't be more proud, and it makes sense. Like, all these things in my life about me needing to be near water and the way that I feel near water and fishing itself, all these things that I didn't know what that
Yes.
was came to me in one of these ancestor journeys where I was meditating and talking with my ancestors. And now I have like this, it's like I feel more complete because I know more about myself, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes
So
perfect sense. You know, if you do just your family genealogy, and I don't mean taking the DNA damn test. I mean digging in, finding the stories,
yes.
finding all of a sudden these people, like my 31st, here's a really great example. My 31st great grandmother is Lady Godiva. That woman that, you know, on Halloween, that all these sexy women try to do the naked thing with the blonde hair. That's all a lie. That's not at all who she was or what she did. She was a brunette, first of all, not a blonde. But anyway, when I found out she was my real direct great grandmother, we're not talking this way through the family tree. It's like right from a grandmother. So she's my mitochondrial DNA. When I found that out, it was like, everything fell into place as to who I am, what is important. Her father was the first king of England. And so it's like, you know.
Teresa says, what if you don't have good ancestors? Well, you know, that there is that. But you know what? I bet somewhere in your line there is a good ancestor. And when you approach when you approach the meditation that way, when you approach meeting your ancestors and you go on, at some point here, I am going to do a video and teach you guys how to do what I do. At least how I do it, and you can give it a shot, and then you can tweak it. You know, there is no perfect way of doing anything.
We're always open to learning new meditations. Always,
right, and the way that I connect might not be the way that you connect, but it might get you started on the journey. Right. You know, so at some point here, I'm going to do it because I bet you when you go into a meditation like that with the intention of meeting someone that you don't know, and you may not after you go through this, might not know who this person is in relation to you.
Right.
You know, like sometimes, like Katie was saying, I have seen people where it's clear as day they're part of my family. They've got this nose, this nose. When you see it, you know it. You know you're part of my family because of this nose. Okay, where they've got the nose, they've got the brow ridge. You know, just like I do. And I'm like, okay, I don't know who you are, but I can tell that you're part of my family. And then they just start giving you things. They give you things. It's hard to explain, but you get stuff from them, and that you can take that with you. And I believe genetically that stuff is alive in us. So once they start talking, that stuff wakes up. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you get blessed, and one will come and be your spirit guide.
Yeah, like
I am
you and
really,
your grandma.
really blessed. My grandmother is my spirit guide. On Lionsgate, not this past August, but August before, she came walking through Lionsgate and said, "Hi, baby, I'm here to help you."
Yeah, that's super cool.
Never left. She and my mom are right here, always right here. So the two strongest women in my whole life are with me.
Yeah, I think that's super neat. I have two people who are very special and dear to me, who are people who were special in life, who have passed, that are kind of like my tour guides through certain aspects of spirituality. And yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, Teresa, I will do that when I'm done with. I've got just a couple more weeks of doing my Shadowy Friday shadow work videos, and once I'm done with that series of shadow work, I will move on to start doing some guided meditation, like a meditation 101. Manasseh's great too. If you guys don't watch Manasseh, she does I start my day with Manasseh.
Thank you for coming in. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
She's got to go live in 20 minutes, so she had.
Oh, okay. All right, got you.
Yeah.
Manasseh does every morning. She does kind of like just get you started with breathing. Just a breathe in, breathe out, be in the moment kind of mindfulness. And that's where it starts. That's how you start. Your very first meditation will be about 30 seconds long.
There you go. Janet P. can also tell you, I have a playlist of grounding meditations. There's 8 of them in there, and they're between 8 and 7 minutes long. Janet P. uses them when she's having a hard day at work. She'll go in the bathroom and use one. She'll sit on the toilet and do it.
We should make a playlist of, like, once we gather up some meditations, we should create.
These are all written by me, by the way.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm going to write my own too. I'm going to do because mine, I do my own thing. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what I do, and then you can tweak it for yourself. You can start doing it any way that you want to. But I feel like if we created like a playlist with like all these great people, like us and Manasseh and anybody else who does like guided meditations to help with different types of meditations, like healing meditations. And,
yeah, that's a great idea.
You know what I mean? Like yours are grounding. Somebody else might be healing, like Manasseh. I'm going to do ancestral stuff. We put them all together into a big playlist of videos or something so that people can access that stuff. That would be, maybe we could do it on TLC, on Tarot Love Communities.
Yeah, I was thinking that's something we might really talk to Renee seriously about.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of a neat thing. And everybody's
can be added to the bulletin board.
Yeah, like
my part of the
best
day.
Practices. You know how I am about best practices. I'm always saying that. I say that so much it's almost cliche, but I really do believe in learning about other people's best practices, especially when it comes to spirituality. Because even if it isn't right for you, it may lead you to the right thing.
Exactly. And it's really interesting because if it's not right for you, you won't stay and listen to it. You might start it, but if it's not what you're looking for, you'll move on. So don't worry about, whether it's right for you or not, or that kind of stuff, because Spirit will guide you in that. We were talking about planets and stuff being in retrograde, and it's been a tough Mercury retrograde.
Yes, it was.
And so I preach a lot, and I call it preaching because I firmly believe in it. It saved my life. It saved my psyche. What do you do for What do you do when you're just so down and so vacuumed? What do you do, sweetie?
You know what? That's a good question to have right now, Katie, because I just went through a period where I was everybody at work calls me Cheer Bear, which is just annoying, but they call me Cheer Bear because I always come in,
I
hi
love
everybody,
Care
how
Bear.
you doing? But this week, the first 3 days this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I could not get my jam. I could not shake the blues. I was down. I was spiritually very low. I was
Yeah.
mentally low. When I get spiritually low, I automatically get mentally low.
Yeah, when your spirit
And
gets low, your ego kind of takes over, and
it's exactly what
weighs you
happened.
down.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. And I could not, the things that I normally do, usually meditation is my go-to for lifting my vibes. Meditation, or I'll do trance drumming. Trance drumming is something that I love to do that always raises my vibes, always makes me feel better, and nothing was working. So I remembered there was this wise woman who once told me
Yeah,
that I should go outside without my
The girl
shoes
is
on.
preaching it all the
Now, who was that? It was you, Katie. But anyways, I went outside and I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this. I took my shoes off. I went outside at like 6 a.m. and the first rays of the sun were just starting to come up, just starting to peek up over the horizon. The sun wasn't up, but just the first rays. Above me was Orion, and I have a strong connection with Orion. I don't know, does anybody else in the chat have a strong connection to a particular constellation? For me, it's Orion. Orion, when I see Orion in the sky,
Mine is Pegasus.
it's Pegasus. Okay, when I see Orion, it is like I am seeing an old friend or maybe like a grandfather, you know? And when I see Orion has set me on my course more than once in my life, where I've walked outside and been like, I feel like I need to just die. I just want to die.
Yeah.
I look up into the sky and see Orion and I go, okay, not today.
Yes.
Not today. Well, I went out there and I had that experience. I walked out there. I took my shoes off. I planted my toes into the ground. I kind of squished my feet around in the grass, and so I could feel the dirt. And I raised my hands up and I breathed. I did a Manasa breathing thing where I went,
take it all in from your toes.
And I did it 3 times. And I felt this wave of something come over me. It was like the earth was sucking the oily. Yes,
you plugged in,
and it just pulled it all out of me. And I was just like so grateful. I was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I do a gratitude journal. And that was like I wrote it like it was like I took a crayon. I went, I was just like, I am so grateful for the ground. And that was a moment. That was a moment that was a big moment for me. So then Chrissy, my partner,
calmer too.
Huh?
It will help you sleep calmer. You will sleep.
I'm gonna do it before I go to bed tonight. I'm gonna do it one more time.
You can do it as many times a day as you want.
I am. I'm gonna just try it before I go to bed.
Called earthing. It's called earthing.
Well, I think I was telling you, Katie, about this. I had Chrissy do it too, and Chrissy's been going through some stuff. Okay, her vibes have been very low, and as her partner, it's very hard to watch somebody go through that, and there's nothing that you can do. There was really nothing that I could do to make it better. Yeah. But I took her outside and I was like, you're going to do this with me. Okay. We're going to talk about what we're grateful for. And then we're going to plant our feet in the ground and we're going to talk. And we did this, and I saw it lift off of her. Yeah. I felt it lift off. Yes. Of her. And I was like, oh, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful, you know? Yeah. So I'm telling you guys, try it. Try it.
It works. You know, they're even making shoes now.
Yeah, I heard that.
That are because that's our whole problem is our shoes have separated us from the magnetic pull of the earth with the synthetic layers. So if you wear, especially if you wear sneakers or tennis shoes, they're all synthetic materials. They're 100%. There's nothing natural in those at all.
What do you
And
think
even
about
in a natural pair of shoes, you can go out and spend $1,500 on a pair of Jimmy Choo shoes, but they got foam in the bottom of them. That foam is going to disconnect you from the magnetic field of the earth.
So
now they're
I
making
really
that old shoes like they used to that had wooden heels and leather soles.
I truly feel like the barefoot thing is something. I can't wait to do it in the snow. I can't wait to do it in the snow. Wait, hang on a second here. So Teresa was talking about how she has some really dark stuff. Are you starting to do some shadow work, Teresa? I'm sorry, I'm trying to watch the chat.
It's hard to keep up with the chat and talk.
Yeah.
It is. No, I
hope that you do try some shadow work. I always say at the beginning of my shadow work videos, you know, if you are really going through something like if you're going through something bad, like if you're dealing with like sexual trauma from your childhood or rape or anything serious like trauma. That super serious trauma like that you should definitely not do the shadow work and go to a professional.
I would go to see someone like Isaac or
somebody who's compassionate and who will help you work through the shadows. But if you've got just like, you know, thing after thing in your life is just bringing you down and you're finding yourself being triggered by lots of different things, that's a good time to do some shadow work. And you can start off with something as easy as this. Getting some shadow work cards that you can read through every single day. And I have gone through this deck so many times that I have this rubber band that I use to hold them together, like tied together in 3 different places, just trying to keep this rubber band alive. Like I can't afford a rubber band.
You can't get another rubber band.
It's little messages to help you think. Like this one says, uncompromising. Think about being fair and working in harmony with another person. Like maybe somebody that you don't normally click with, you know, but it's stuff like that. Each day it's a different, there's like a whole bunch of these little cards. I got them on Etsy.
I love these little decks like that.
Yes, this is a great little deck, and it's super. This is how I started, and then I went to different shadow workbooks. I'm on my 3rd shadow workbook right now, and
I got one. I got it, and it's on my Kindle, and I keep forgetting to do it. I need to and I got some major mega shadow stuff I need to work on. I'll tell you what one of them is.
Oh, Teresa says she has been her whole life. You know what? I feel like shadow work is a lifelong process.
It is.
I feel especially when you start doing it, because once you start,
if you don't do your shadow work, it becomes the dark night of the soul. And believe you me, that's not a fun thing. I did it. I went through a dark night of the soul that lasted 3 years.
Yeah.
And no matter what you do, you can go outside and ground. You can, no matter what you do, you cannot pull yourself out of it until you start working on the really deep shit that put you there.
Right. Yeah, I don't, and I highly recommend it. I know it sounds so scary because shadow work sounds
not a scary
ominous, but it's not. It can. You do got to deal with some stuff though, because
one thing
you start realizing after you start doing it, you start realizing just how much power you have over what you think and what you feel.
And the choices you make.
And the choices that, yes. Everything really is created by mind alone in this physical world. And when you start looking at life through that lens, it's all of a sudden like, whoa, okay, I just got triggered by something. What triggered me? I don't even get like violently angry anymore because I catch myself going to that and I go, what is this feeling? Why am I triggered?
Where's this coming from?
Where did this come from?
Yeah.
What from my past maybe is stuck in me that I can't get out? Oh, I remember now. Oh, I take a real curious approach to my feelings. I'd really like to see I'd really like to see you guys do that. No, you didn't bring the
You
show
didn't
down.
bring the
No,
show
no, no,
down
no,
at
no. This
all.
is
No,
good
that's the whole
stuff.
point of the
This is
show.
good stuff.
This is the whole point of the show,
If
Teresa.
you want to be, yes, if you want to be a light worker,
No, you are. We are all light workers. We're
you
born
have
that
to
way.
get rid of the, well, yes, if you want to live up to
But
your
to shine
potential
that
as
light
a
to
light
the
worker.
expansion it belongs in, you got to do the shadow work. You
The
know,
name-
there's shadows in all the light. There's shadows behind the light everywhere.
When they
That
were
light
asking,
keeps it at bay, so don't worry about it. You're a light worker. That shadow is not going to hurt you. The thing I wanted to say about shadow work is you will find as you're going through this stuff, most of this stuff that you pushed off to the side because you didn't want to deal with it at the time, you have built it up into a mountain in your head when it really is a molehill. When you start working on it, it really isn't as awful, scary,
right.
bad as you built it up in your head.
Can you see that? Ugh, this camera sucks. It says Shadow Work Oracle Deck.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow Work Oracle
The
Deck
Shadow
is the
Work
name
Oracle
of it.
deck.
Mama Bear was asking, so I wanted to say it's
Thank
the
you.
Shadow Work Oracle Deck. And if you go
You
on
got it
Etsy,
on Etsy?
yes, I got it on Etsy. I wish I had a better camera because then you guys could just scan the.
Oh, get the barcode.
Yeah, but I don't have a good camera, so I'm sorry, guys.
Send it to
I
me
can
and
send
I'll
it
put
to
it.
you. You
I'll
can put
put
it
it
on
in the
Instagram.
description. Yeah, I'll put it in the description and I'll post it in the comments.
All right, I'll take a picture of this later with my
Cool.
phone, and that'll be better. And then you can send it out, and then everybody can check it out. It's really a great deck. I love it. I also got the anger management one,
Ooh.
which is it's a slap in the face a lot of the times. Like,
Kind of like the Rebel deck.
oh yeah,
You want
yes,
to, the Rebel deck is a really good one for you to put you into a humble position. Let me tell you, like I said yesterday, humble pie can be a very bitter taste.
Oh, good night, Manasa has to go. Good night, Manasa.
Good night, sweet
Thank
Manasa.
you for stopping by.
Hey, Manasa, can we talk tomorrow? Maybe. I hope. We keep trying. For the last 2 weeks, we keep trying to talk, and we go. Zip, zip. We keep missing each other.
We should probably do the pledge too, because it's.
I was just kidding. I have it right here, getting ready to say it because you know, Teresa, I will do the Lightworkers pledge. This always brings the vibes super high, gives me goosebumps every time I read it, and I've done it like 23 times now. It's my favorite thing. So I will put up the overlay so you guys have it. And here we go. I declare a pledge to love. I will act based on judgments from the heart. I will act not based on judgments from fear or lack. I will act not controlled by self-interest, commercial, or political agendas. I will act attempting to reduce conflict and division. I will act to promote cooperation. I will act to promote consensus. I will act to promote peace. I will act recognizing the quality of all human beings. I will act to pursue a picture of collective truth rather than personal truth. I will act to acknowledge the responsibility of supporting others in their spiritual awakening. I will act and do not deliberately or knowingly misinform. I declare this pledge in love.
I declare this pledge in love.
That's what being a light worker is all about. It's, you know, we're there for everyone else. We're there for peace. We're there for cooperation, consensus. It's all about what makes things more comfortable. I'm trying to get up into the comments.
That's okay.
Oh,
read it again.
Yeah. You guys go check out Wolfgirl Oracle. Go check out her channel. She's got some really awesome things going on there, and she's does a card of the day every day. She does. She has a 3-card she does on Sundays. She has her series on shadow work. Yeah,
I'm starting tarot. I'm starting to do a few tarot readings. I will not at least at this point in time, be doing any more political readings.
They're yucky, huh?
I went into that energy and I wasn't prepared for that, to be honest with you. Just being real. I wasn't prepared for what I ran into. And
She ran
I
into pure
feel
evil.
like, yeah, I feel like that might have been part of what caused me my problems this week. So I need to learn how to protect myself better
Yeah.
from that kind of intensity. And I wanted to say
Marvita.
I wanted to say two other things real quick.
Yes.
One, I want to do a shout out to Ona's Tarot. I want you, I don't know if she watches this or not, but if she does, I just want her to know that I am sending so much love right now. I'm just sending love.
For those of you who don't know, her mother passed. And
yeah,
she's a fantastic card reader.
Yes.
She does ovomancy. You want to see something interesting? She reads eggs, raw eggs in water. She's fantastic. She's been on here. And yeah, her mom passed away. The other person we still need to keep prayers and in our thoughts is Lori from The Way of Positive Change. She lives in Fort Myers, Florida, my loves. She was blessed, thank God.
And Black Cat Tarot.
Yeah, and Black Cat.
Maya.
Well, when we finished about Lori, Lori's only damage she got was tore down her fence and took down a couple trees.
That's awesome.
So she's been helping everybody else clean up. God bless her. That's all I can say.
Yes, for sure.
And then Black Cat Tarot. She actually posted a short today.
Yes,
saying
she did.
She's gonna do some short videos again. Woo!
Yeah, so it's
out
great.
Of the hospital and feeling so much better.
Yes, that makes me very happy. And the last thing I wanted to say is, if you haven't had an opportunity to check out this particular deck,
my God.
Yes. Look at this book. This is the book that comes with the deck. This book is humongous. I have not cleansed my cards yet, which is why
have you tried shuffling
using
these?
them. I have. They're great.
Autumn from Black and Orange Tarot, to quote her, they sound like feathers rubbing next to each other.
They're super.
They shuffle so beautifully.
They're thin, but they're not papery. You know what I mean?
No, they're
very
actually.
Yeah, they're very plastically, super easy to shuffle.
That's the death card.
That's
the death card, y'all.
I've got the Queen of Swords.
I love the diversity. Here's a Jewish wedding, American farmer, Arabian knight, Indian princess. Well, the tower. Ha ha. Oh, and then you've got the samurai, Page of Swords.
Very diverse Two of Cups.
I love it. And this one cracks me up. This is my favorite card in the whole deck because it's a Lena Rodriguez deck. And Lena Rodriguez was the one who pointed out the Smug Merchant card being Donald Trump. This is the Smug Merchant card. And when you look at it really, really close, it looks like him without his hair. I did a bunch of tarot readings yesterday, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I am not afraid of it now. So I'm open to it, you guys.
I'm very open to personal readings, and that's what I'm gonna like. I'm not gonna deep dive into evil things quite yet. I need to work my way up.
Hi, girl. I haven't seen you in all summer, hon.
Cat Shepherd. Wow.
How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. Oh yes. Yeah. I forgot.
Marvita Dragonfly.
I'm so happy to see you, Kat. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, Teresa bought it just for the book. Yeah. Marvita Dragonfly says she needs to read the book. Yeah. She
got it today. You want to find out any of the details? I did almost a half-hour review on it.
Yeah.
On my channel.
It's a great review. The review is The review is fantastic. So.
Oh, and it was so fun doing it because we had a thunderstorm happening while I was doing it, and I had my window wide open, and every time I would pause, we'd hear rumble, 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 rumble. It was like, oh no, I didn't edit that in, y'all. That was Gaia. It was pure on Gaia.
It was Katie farting. Don't let her fool you.
Oh, I should stand up. This ottoman, it's funny that I'm sitting on. When I stand up after sitting on it, it goes.
That's awesome.
I'm going, oh my God, it sounds like a farting machine.
That's
the
perfect.
First time I heard it, I thought, oh no, I got a leak somewhere because it'll go poop, poop, poop. As it finally gets the air back in the foam. That's all it's doing. Oh my gosh. Well, we're at our hour. It goes so fast.
Yeah, we are. But
so fast.
Thank you so much for having me on.
You know, you're welcome here all the time.
I love you, and I love this group. I always look forward to seeing you guys. You guys see me in the chat every week, but I really do enjoy your comments, and I enjoy the fun that all of you guys bring to the chat every week. I mean, you really do lift my vibes. So I appreciate it. I'm sending my gratitude to you guys. So thank you so much.
My subscribers are the best. I love them all so much. I am not in a, if I was in a real big hurry to grow this channel, I'd be begging you guys, tell everybody, push it, like, all that stuff. And I don't do that. I like the intimacy of what we have.
Yep, me too.
I get to know each and every one of you one-on-one. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Good to see you. Yeah. And as I get to know each and every one of you, you become my heart friends. You are my family because I don't have any family. So, you don't go out and say, hey, I'm going to go promote my family. Come on, join my family.
No, that would be a cult.
Yes. That's how I look at
Come join the kdmoonchild cult.
Yes. Give me all your money. You have to, I need to inherit everything from you. And hey,
all right.
I actually got involved in one of those once. When I was
oh my God, Katie, don't even start that.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. No low vibes. No low vibes. No low vibes.
No, yeah. No, actually, it was a really good lesson for me. I learned so much about what not to do. It's amazing how that works.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I love you guys.
I love you.
You could be my good ancestor. Okay, I'll be your good ancestor, Teresa. I love that. Except we're in the same generation right now. So I can't be an ancestor, but I can be a family member. So you be my sister? Will you be my sister? I would love you for my sister, Teresa.
Won't you be my sister? Oh, wait, that's not right.
Knucklehead. I love you so much. I love you guys. Take care of one another. Love one another. Be kind to one another. Most of all, be kind to yourselves. I love you so very, very, very much. And we'll see you next time with Nancy Jean's Garden, you guys. Yes. See you next week.
All right. Take care, guys.
Now.